Tonight on Newswatch, what Vice President Kamala Harris needs to do to secure the Democratic nomination. Plus, how a local program is helping kids get ready to return to school this fall. And we talk to an expert studying farmers and mental health. Newswatch starts right now.
Good evening, I'm Haley Sueno, and welcome to Newswatch. A nonprofit organization hosted an event this weekend to help the community ahead of the upcoming school year. Newswatch reporter Lucy Schaefer has more.
Yeah, Haley, that time of year is just around the corner, and parents and students are looking to get the school supplies that they need. But back to school can be hard for families who have difficulty affording those items. I got the chance to go to an event that looked to ease that burden.
And the name was Jennifer. Yeah, that's right.
Hundreds of families are checking in to the Southeast Ohio Rainbow Alliance Back to School Bash. This year, the Rainbow Alliance is giving away free backpacks and supplies to around 300 families. Catherine Birchfield has a child starting preschool in the fall. She says this event makes the transition easier for everyone.
Not everybody has money. Not everybody can go and just get everything for their kids.
Rainbow Alliance Communications Director Lacey East says the event has come a long way since it first started 3 years ago.
Every year gets better and better, so we're learning as we go and as we grow.
And they are working to grow even more with a Sponsor a Child program.
It kind of makes it easier and more fun for everybody that they can get involved in doing that. So basically they can donate towards each child. Basically it's going to be like to go towards the book bag and supplies per child.
The Rainbow Alliance looks forward to continuing this event for years to come, and the community, Birchfield says, is too.
Keep doing what you're doing. Do this every year because we greatly appreciate it.
This was the first year the Rainbow Alliance asked the community to register for the event since its growth in popularity. They're hoping for a bigger increase in participants next year. Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Lucy Schaefer, live in studio.
For our first look at weather today, you're seeing that system that we are experiencing this morning. This low pressure system that made its way up from the south gave us some of that rain in that early morning, there we go, and into a little bit into the evening that we'll be having. These radar is just showing these spotty showers that are happening off to parts of southwest Ohio that are coming into southeast Ohio that could give us some rain later. But over this morning, you're seeing most of the rain chances really making their way out. We're having those temperatures from that rain and from those cloud cover really took a while to make us reach up to those 80s for that high today. It took us until about 10-11 to reach that 70-degree mark, and then just recently we made it finally into those 80s. Currently Athens 80s. As we go more north, they didn't really make it into those 80s in Newark and Lancaster, where they're right now in those mid 70s. In Parkersburg, currently getting just a little bit of rain in that temperature at 74. Tonight, those showers that I was showing you earlier gives us just a 20% chance for some thunderstorms for our night with that overnight low of 63. These next 3 days, we're going to be having some storms rolling in. That is really the system that is staying in our area and really piecing together some rain. So I'll definitely be getting into that in my full forecast of just how much of these showers are going to be bringing us to hopefully make us out of this drought. Let's take it back over to Haley. Thanks, Isabel. Well, Workforce West Virginia has announced disaster unemployment assistance benefits for counties affected by severe storms in April. The benefits are available to those in Hancock, Kanawha, Marshall, Ohio, Roane, Wetzel, and Wood counties. Those who live or work in affected counties who lost their jobs due to the storms are eligible for the federal unemployment benefits. The claims must be filed by tomorrow, and you can find more information at workforcewv.org. Well, the fifth and final defendant in the Columbus Zoo fraud case has been charged. Grant Bell is charged with 1 count of theft, a 5th-degree felony. This comes from his involvement in a scheme to defraud the zoo and aquarium of over $2 million. As a purchasing assistant, Bell worked closely with former purchasing agent Tracy Murnane, who pled guilty to 6 felony charges earlier this month. He is also the son of Zoo's former chief financial officer, Greg Bell. In October, the older Bell pleaded guilty to theft, conspiracy, and tampering charge.
Well, Bern Union football has established itself as one of the premier programs in the Mid-State League Cardinal Division under head coach Tony Herbst. But last year, instead of rocketing to new heights, they fell back to earth. Newswatch reporter Charlie Ehlenfeld has more on Bern Union's journey this summer to climb back to the top of the conference.
After finishing 2-8 last year, the Bern Union Rockets are keeping those struggles in mind as they prepare for the season.
They're ready for some revenge. You know, they don't like that feeling, and I think maybe it's good that we got that feeling last year, get that feeling out of our mouth this year.
Bern Union is hoping to improve an offense that averaged just over 11 points per game last season, their lowest since 2011. It's a dramatic fall from 3 years ago when the Rockets broke the school record by averaging 44 points per game. Looking to recapture that success, senior quarterback Jared Thompson is focused on improving his passing attack this offseason.
It's gonna depend on the game, the way we plan. So I would definitely be looking down the field more this year, but I also am going to be relying on my legs.
For the rest of the Rockets, the mission is clear. Be physical at the line of scrimmage.
I think every year you've got to be physical and win the line of scrimmage. We like our O-linemen this year up front. We're a little bit undersized, but in terms of the toughness and the strength that they have, we feel like we can do that.
Senior Ray Davenport credits the intensity of summer practices for helping Bern Union prepare.
It's been pretty tough, honestly. I've been drenched in sweat like the whole practice. It's been tough, but we're getting there.
Hard work focused on one purpose.
Comeback season.
Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Charlie Ehlenfeld in Sugar Grove.
Bern Union football will begin their season at home against Newcomerstown Week 1. Now, in the meantime, stay tuned for more Gridiron Glory content in the coming weeks, with Season 25 debuting on August 23rd. For preseason stories, rankings, and more, check out Gridiron Glory on X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And for written content, head to woub.org/gridiron. Well, coming up, Friday's tech outages continue to have effects on infrastructure across the country, and how expecting mothers can stay safe in the summer heat.
It's going to be a rainy week here in Athens. Just how much rain? Next on Newswatch.
You just got to roll with the punches. You got to do what you got to do.
I'm hitting 70 years old now, and it's time for me to have it together.
I still believe in hard work, but I will say that I think we are fooling ourselves if we believe that it's only hard work.
There are so many people that are in the same situation, that are struggling the same way. It's like we haven't come very far.
Tuesday at 10 on WOUB.
There have always been those of us looking for stories that keep us alive.
You're born to this world to make a difference.
It's about building systems that will save lives.
Ya solo ese pasto se está acabando. Es una especie en peligro de extinción.
No one is the same. Everybody is so unique.
This is you on the cusp of your next chapter.
It's a passageway into something new.
It just seeps into you.
It's a groundbreaking moment.
We can make it ours.
We're coming out hot. We're starting here. It's definitely going to be a treat for their palate.
What a story.
She had the imagination of a genius.
Each time I go up there, it's the sense of newness.
3, 2, 1!
Showtime.
We're all running.
It's beautiful.
Cherish every moment. Continue to laugh.
We hope you'll join us.
There is no going back.
It's time for a new beginning.
President Joe Biden has announced he will no longer seek re-election, instead supporting Vice President Kamala Harris for the top spot on the Democratic presidential ticket. Karen Kafa has the latest from the White House.
Joe Biden's legacy of accomplishment over the past 3 years is unmatched in modern history.
Vice President Kamala Harris speaking publicly for the first time Monday since President Joe Biden announced he would not seek re-election and endorsed her as the next Democratic presidential candidate.
Our President Joe Biden fights for the American people, and we are deeply, deeply grateful for his service to our nation.
Dozens of Hill Democrats and other prominent members of the party have come out in support of Harris, but some key party leaders have not weighed in yet. Independent Senator Joe Manchin says he's hoping to see additional candidates join the race.
I really believe strongly, along with I think that former President Obama and Speaker Nancy Pelosi both think there should be a process.
Another important question, who will Harris tap to be her running mate should she secure the nomination? One supporter was out front Monday sounding like he's ready for the job.
The vice president is smart and strong, which will make her a good president.
Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear threw his full support behind Harris while bashing former President Trump's VP pick, J.D. Vance.
J.D. Vance ain't from here. No, the nerve that he has to call the people of Kentucky, of Eastern Kentucky, lazy.
Trump has come out swinging on Truth Social, his campaign having anticipated this possibility for weeks. Sources tell CNN that Trump's team is working on more targeted ads attacking Harris's record and tying her to Biden's border policies. At the White House, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Well, the director of the U.S. Secret Service spent Monday in the glaring spotlight of a House committee interrogation. Laura Aguirre has more from the hours of contentious exchanges.
Nothing but the truth.
The head of the Secret Service in the hot seat of the House Oversight and Accountability Committee called in to explain how a 20-year-old man with his father's assault rifle accessed a roof and nearly assassinated former President Donald Trump.
On July 13th, we failed. I take full responsibility for any security lapse of our agency.
The committee's chair didn't mince words.
It is my firm belief, Director Cheadle, that you should resign.
The questioning quickly became tense on a variety of concerns, such as why the event went forward even after agents became aware of a suspicious man in the crowd.
So you distinguish between someone who is suspicious and someone who's threatening, is that right?
I do. There are a number of times at protective events where suspicious people are identified.
Also questions on whether Trump's team was denied additional security ahead of the rally.
Were you guessing or lying when you said you didn't turn down requests from President Trump's detail?
There were no requests that were denied.
Maybe they got tired of asking.
Have you provided all audio and video recordings in your possession to this committee, as we asked on July 15th, yes or no?
I would have to get back to you.
That is a no. You're full of today.
Several lawmakers accused Director Cheadle of dodging their questions. She also admitted that she has yet to visit the site of the shooting.
I will move heaven and earth to ensure that an incident like July 13th does not happen again.
The job description, your task was is to make sure it never happens, period.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
The fallout from the global tech outage continues. While businesses are slowly getting back online, a full recovery could take days, even weeks. Cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike says a bug in a software update is so deeply embedded, it'll have to be deleted by hand. Criminals are already using it as an opportunity to scam users. Cyber experts and the government say in the wake of the outage, scammers are promoting fake recovery websites with malicious software to take advantage of unsuspecting victims.
Are looking through this software, looking for problems which they can then deploy globally.
In addition to airports, businesses, hospitals, and more are still reeling from the outage. As for how long a full recovery will take, experts say it won't be a quick fix.
For our full look at weather, currently out there in southeast Ohio, Athens at 80. We just made it to that 80 for that high of today. Huntington a little bit warmer as we go more south at 82. Parkersburg from that cloud cover and that rain just in those mid 70s with 74 right now, and in those mid 70s all throughout the rest of that mid Ohio. For tonight, we're going to have that overnight low 63. Little remnants of rain could be possible, just that 20% chance of some thunderstorms out there for your night. For these next 24 hours, though, this rain chance is going to increase from these last 24 hours, that low pressure system from the south has been making its way up. That gave us this rain this morning, and it's going to be lingering throughout these next couple days. We're going to be having, once we look at 12 hours ahead, that low pressure system is more closer to New England, giving them some of those higher chances of some rain. But here in Ohio, there's just those spotty chances of showers all throughout the day. We're going to be seeing these for these next couple days, just from these two systems, kind of one more to the north and one more to the south, kind of sandwiching us in for these chances of storms. That high pressure is going to be breaking up these storms, giving us those isolated chances for these next couple days. Tomorrow, just that 40% chance of thunderstorms. That temperature high a little bit warmer than today with 85 and that low of 66. Once we get into Wednesday, you're going to be seeing just a little bit higher of chances for rain in Ohio, but we are kind of in this little valley where that chance of rain is really PC and isolated. So this high pressure system just breaking it up even more. And once we look into Wednesday night, that's whenever these low pressure systems kind of converge more on Ohio, giving us a higher chance of rain for our Wednesday night. And into Thursday, we're going to be seeing that once we reach Thursday, that 70% chance of showers, that chance of thunderstorms does go away, but we're going to be seeing a lot more of that rain. We're looking at about a ½ an inch throughout these next couple days just for that rain. We are under that 2-inch mark for July of all of the rain we've had for the month. So we're well below average. We're currently in a drought here in Athens. So we do need that rain to come. It's still unsure if we're going to be making it out of their drought quite yet, but once those showers are done for these next 3 days, Friday will be back to those partly sunny skies. Saturday, Sunday, we're going to be warming up, reaching back into those almost 90-degree temperatures. And then this time next week, it is looking promising with that 50% chance of not just rain, but heavy rain. So for these next 3 days, make sure you have that umbrella with you. You're going to have those spotty showers in and out of our sky. We do have a little bit of a lower chance of that humidity being around, so it won't be sticky whenever it's not rainy out there. And then once we reach Thursday, we're going to have a little bit more rain. So definitely keep that umbrella with you before we reach this weekend. Let's take it back over to Haley.
Thanks, Isabel. Well, the CDC has issued warning about a deadly listeria outbreak tied to deli meat. In a health alert issued Friday, they say 2 people have died and at least 28 others have been hospitalized in 12 states. Health officials say most people who got sick reported eating deli sliced turkey, liverwurst, and ham. The CDC says it's still investigating which types of meat are to blame. The timeline of the listeria outbreak stretches from May to earlier this month and involves multiple grocery store delis. There are no reports of illnesses from prepackaged deli meat. Well, extreme heat can be dangerous for anyone, but for people who are pregnant, they are especially vulnerable. Mandy Gaither talks about what every pregnant person should know during a heat wave.
Extreme heat and pregnancy. It's not just uncomfortable, but also potentially dangerous.
Pregnant women are at increased risk of heat exhaustion and heat stroke due to the fact that there's a lot of physiologic changes that causes differences in blood flow in their bodies.
Dr. Catherine Caponero, an OBGYN with Cleveland Clinic, says not only can extreme heat be harmful to the person who's pregnant, it can also cause complications for the developing fetus.
So trying your best to do all that you can in your control in order to stay cool and to keep your body healthy is really important for your pregnancy.
To stay safe in the heat, Caponero says try to stay inside during the hottest times of the day. If you do go out, wear light-colored clothing in layers to help keep you as cool as possible. Check the air quality index. Breathing polluted air can cause harm to pregnant people. And finally, stay hydrated. Caponero recommends consuming between 8 and 12 glasses of water a day.
A lot of pregnant women can't tolerate straight water, so sometimes flavoring that with fruits or even a splash of juice can be really helpful.
Since you know your body best, Caponero says if something doesn't feel right in the summer heat, talk to a doctor.
Making sure that you are watching yourself, taking care of yourself, and listening to your body is one of the best things that you can do as a pregnant patient.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Next, we'll talk to an expert studying farmers and mental health. And for the latest from Newswatch, follow us on Instagram, X, formerly Twitter, and YouTube.
On The Great American Recipe. We want you to prepare a family-style dish for our holiday table
This skillet was my grandmother's. It's like she's in the kitchen with me.
That's what the holidays are all about.
Here we go. Make us something your family will be proud of.
Focus.
This is looking really delicious.
Frying a whole fish is not an easy feat. Come on, come on. Look at this spread.
That's good. It's a celebration.
Tonight at 9 on WOUB.
You know soup's gonna be good when it starts with browned pancetta.
Get ready as Bridget, Julia, and the rest of the gang explore new recipes and cooking techniques.
And now the crimping begins.
Plus new gadgets, equipment, and ingredients.
Is there anything sadder than a burger on a plain bun?
It's a great new season of America's Test Kitchen.
I'm going through a lot of cake.
Hey, it's your old car here. Remember me? Remember us? You barely even turn me on anymore. It's clear you don't need me, but that's perfectly fine, my friend, because you can choose to give this old car new purpose and donate. Vehicles like me can bring significant funds to public television. So call or donate online. Donating a vehicle is easy, the pickup is free, and your gift is tax deductible.
Well, farmers are a key component of America's backbone, providing many of our country's daily necessities. But the job can be demanding, and recent studies show farmers are nearly 4 times more likely to die by suicide than the overall population. We're joined this evening by Dr. Dee Jepson from Ohio State University. She's part of a team that put together an anonymous survey for rural farmers' mental health. Dr. Jepson, thank you so much for being here today. So if you could talk a little bit about why are we focusing on farm stress?
Well, every job has its stress, correct? Yeah. Farmers even more so. They don't have a big company maybe backing them to take on those extra pressures. So they're working hard, long hours, sometimes not even paid for the hours that they put in. Or their commodity prices are just not where they would like them to be. As we see, you know, the grain markets tank and some of our feeder calves and beef prices go down, who helps to support them? So it's a lot of pressure. And some of those pressures can be really overwhelming, not just for the farmer, but also their family, their children, their spouses, maybe their friends are even noticing just the negativity that comes with just a bad part of the job, and what they're experiencing. So
you mentioned who supports them. Who is leading the efforts to help farmers tackle that stress?
So we came together, several entities did, in 2019. We know that weather is a severe devastation. I just heard you talk about the drought. We could have tornadoes, we could have high winds, we could have high rains. So as all of these things impact us on the farms, it's really a struggle. So agriculture folks came together in 2019, and so did the mental health community. So we have a lot of support, not just Ohio State University, Ohio Farm Bureau, the Ohio Department of Agriculture, the Ohio Department of Health in their Mental Health and Addiction Services Division, Ohio Suicide Prevention Foundation, and then a plethora of agriculture commodities, everything from Farm Credit Mid-America to the Ohio Corn and Wheat. I don't want to leave anybody out, but they're all sitting at the table. Yeah. The mental health communities, they have counselors and resources, but the farming community doesn't know about those. The farming community has stressors and they're dealing with like big issues, but the mental health folks, they don't understand farming. And so we kind of came together to say, what can we do to help support every farmer in the state of Ohio?
Yeah, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you. We appreciate putting together this for our farmers. Now, the survey is available online until the end of July. You can find it. You can look at it on your screen. Go to that link there, and that will take you directly to that survey for you. Well, still ahead, the U.S. has named the star athlete as their flag bearer for the Olympic men's team. But first, here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station.
We are entertainers first. That's my stage.
There were some anger issues.
You cannot be serious!
If you say sex god, I hope I was popular for my tennis.
She made women believe that they are equal to men.
Tennis was absolutely massive.
Tuesday at 9 on WOUB.
Antiques Roadshow Recut returns with half-hour episodes.
What?
You heard me right.
Oh my gosh.
You heard me right.
Do I have to tell my sisters and brother?
That's up to you.
You literally discovered these like the night before coming to Antiques
right
Roadshow?
before we came.
It's worth that much sitting on my wall, I'll tell you that.
I feel like I'm having trouble breathing a little bit.
Watch Antiques Roadshow Recut, your favorite finds in half-hour episodes.
This is Portofino. It's full of love and beauty, but there's always a scandal.
I want to buy your hotel.
I'd rather burn it to the ground than sell it to you.
What have you got yourself involved in?
Be careful. There'll be no going back.
For God's sake, do it!
What's done is done.
Sunday at 8 on WOUB.
Agatha Christie is the best-selling novelist of all time.
And she was the world-famous icon, the playwright. Then there is the woman.
We'll delve deeper into the genius of Agatha Christie than ever before.
There's an awful lot more beneath the surface.
She saw blood, gore, death, and she wasn't afraid to use it.
Her brain teemed with ideas.
This is the untold story of what made Agatha Christie a brilliant mind.
Sunday at 10 on WOUB.
Well, finally tonight, LeBron James will be leading Team USA at the Paris 2024 Olympics opening ceremony. The basketball star has been chosen as the male flag bearer. In a statement, James says he's proud to be part of this important moment that can bring the whole world together. This is James' fourth Olympics. He previously won gold at the 2008 Beijing Games and the 2012 London Games. Meanwhile, the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee will announce the female flag bearer tomorrow. The opening ceremony is scheduled for Friday. Well, that's amazing for LeBron.
Yes.
It's starting on Friday. I am so excited.
I feel like the summer's gone by so fast and it's finally coming. It's such an exciting time. What are you excited for this Olympics?
Olympics has got to be the mat, like, what did you call that? When Simone Biles does her mat thing.
Oh, whenever she like does like the best, that is
the floor routines.
The floor routines. She always does
They're
an
the
amazing
best.
job. I'm excited to see her out there.
Yeah.
I love watching swimming. I've been a swimmer
was your
forever,
favorite.
so it is just an exciting time out there. For our final look at weather tonight, Athens currently at 80 with those partly cloudy skies. We're going to have those temperatures cool down tonight to that 63, just a 20% chance of thunderstorms possible. Most of that is just going to be some cloud cover for our night tonight. Once we go into tomorrow, we're at that 40% chance of thunderstorms. Those thunderstorms are going to be very isolated chances, a lot of cloud cover again, with that temperature high a little bit warmer than today of 85 and that low of 66. For our 7-day outlook, we're going to have some rain for these next 3 days, with Thursday having the highest chance of rain, and we're going to be having the most amount of rain looking like on Wednesday into Thursday. Just about a half an inch throughout these next 3 days. And then for our weekend, we're going to be finally clearing up, so we'll have a good weekend out there, and we're going to have those temperatures making it back up to almost those 90-degree temperatures. And this time next week, we'll have some heavy rain once again.
That does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. For Lucy Schaefer and Isabel Isco, I'm Haley Sueno. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. And remember, you can find the latest news anytime at WOUB.org or follow us on social media. Have a great night.
There is going to be a terrible scandal.
Anything interesting?
This is our chance to be together.
The name's Sherlock